Hello everyone, I am Tamravi and welcome back to my channel SST Princess. So I am going to share a news with you that you all can practice the topics which I teach in my videos through the quizzes, and that also free of cost, which would be provided by me. So I'll talk about it later. Now let us begin with grade 7th NCERT topic of history subject, and this is going to be second topic which we are going to cover from grade 7 syllabus, and its name is New Kings and Kingdoms. So without wastage of time, let me introduce this topic to you all. So brief introduction from this topic. As you must be knowing that many new dynasties emerged after the 7th century, and the map shown in this slide shows that which are the major dynasties in different parts of the subcontinent between 7th and 12th centuries. So let us talk about the emergence of new dynasties and cover this area quickly. Okay, so by the 7th century there were big landlords or warrior chiefs in different regions of the subcontinent. Existing kings often acknowledged them as their subordinate or summons. So spelling is mentioned on the screen, and let me tell you that in history the words which are from other language or of Hindi, in their ending A is mentioned, but it doesn't mean that we will pronounce it as A. We'll just pronounce it by removing the last letter A. Like there, if we read, then literally it will be pronounced as Samants. Samantas, if we would read it, then it would be wrong. But it's Samants, not Samantas. So this is what we have to focus on, the spellings and the pronunciation of the words of other languages mentioned in English. So focus on it. So let us continue where we were. So these summons or subordinates were expected to bring gifts for their kings or overlords, and they were expected to be present at their courts and provide their overlords the military support. As summons gained military support and as well as the power and the wealth, they declared themselves to be Mahasamant or Mahamandaleshwar. Mandaleshwar means the great lord of circle or a region, and so on. Sometimes they asserted their independence from their overlords. One such instance was that of Rashtrakutas in Deccan. Initially, they were subordinate to the Chalukyas of Karnataka, and in the mid-8th century, Danti Durga, a Rashtrakuta chief, overthrew his Chalukya overlord and performed a ritual called Hiranyagarbha. This Hiranyagarbha literally means the golden womb. When this ritual was performed with the help of Brahmins, it was thought to lead to the rebirth of the sacrificer as a Kshatriya, and in Hindi this word Kshatriya is pronounced as Kshatriya, even if he was not of one by birth. Means even if the sacrificer was not one by the birth. In other cases, men from enterprising families used their military skills to carve out kingdoms. For instance, the Kadamba Mayur Sharman This is little long, so pronunciation can be get wrong. So it will be pronounced as Kadamb Mayur Sharman. It's a sh, so it will be not so, it's sh. Kadamb Mayur Sharman. And the Pratihar Harichandra were Brahmin who gave up their traditional professions and took to arms, successfully establishing kingdom in Karnataka and Rajasthan respectively. So this was all about emergence of new dynasties. Let us switch to the administration in the kingdoms. Alright, so now it's time to know about administration in these kingdoms. So many of these new kings adopted high sounding titles such as Maharaja Adhiraj. In both words, Maharaj and Adhiraj, A is in the last, but we are not going to pronounce it as Maharaja Adhiraja. No, it's Maharaj Adhiraj. So this Maharaj Adhiraj means Maharaj means the king of the kings, means emperor, and Adhiraj meaning is overlord of king. So Maharaj Adhiraj together there are two meaning of it: great king and overlord of kings. So there is one more, Tribhuvan Chakravartin. So in ending of Tribhuvan there is A in last in the end, but we are not pronouncing it as Tribhuvana. It's Tribhuvan only. So this means Tribhuvan Chakravartin means Lord of three worlds, and so on. However, in spite of such claims, they often shared power with their Samants as well as with association of peasants, traders and Brahmins. In each of these states, resources were obtained from the producers, that is peasants, cattle keepers, artisans, and who were often persuaded or compelled to surrender part of what they produced, and sometimes these were claimed as rent due to lord who asserted that he owned the land. Revenue was collected from traders. So these resources were used to finance the king's establishment as well as for construction of temples and forts. These were also used to fight wars, which were in turn expected to lead to the acquisition of wealth in the form of plunder and access to land as well as trade routes. The functionaries of collecting revenue were generally recruited from influential families and positions were often hereditary. This was true about the army as well. In many cases, close relative of the king held these positions. So this was all study material of this video. Okay, and I told you about a quiz as well. So yes, there is quiz. And for every video I am going to give you a quiz so that you can revise, and there is no attempt limitation. If you want to attempt it 100 times, you can attempt it during your exams. If you want, during your class test, if you want, you can attempt it as many times you want. And you can get this quiz by just clicking on the link shared in comment section and as well in description box. And if you want to know more deeply, you can just read second paragraph of description box. I have explained it very deeply through it. And let me tell you that but just when you click on the link, you will have a new page on your screen, and I would recommend you to do it with laptop or computer, because you will feel more comfortable. And if these kind of devices are not available, then just do it with mobile, no issues. So first question will be, what is your name? So if you would type it, then it would be good for you, because I am going to announce the name of toppers in the next video. And if you would not give your name, and then I would be not able to announce your name, and also where do you live. And it will not ask you for any more personal data, just two of these. Where do you live? Just write the city and the country, no more. I think no need to put whole address. And just there are multiple choice, rest are multiple choice. You will just click on the correct answer, it will just mark the answer which you got. And after you submit it, just I mean to say that just when you complete it, scroll your screen down, you will get button submit. So click on it. Then after submitting, new page will be there. Thanks for your submitting the response. Response is sent to SST Princess. Now just there will be a button which would be signing like view result, and it would be written also that view result. Then click on it. You can get to know how many you got correct, how many you missed, how many you answered incorrectly, and you can work on the places where you were wrong. So this was all about the quiz. Read the second paragraph of description if you want to know more. And just for this video it's enough data. Just I'll meet you soon in my next video. Till the timing, keep revising, and thanks for watching the video till end.